Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. With great pleasure, I'd like to welcome you on behalf of Nature Sunshine, all of you who are here taking part in the Winter's Conference. So we are meeting again in exceptional circumstances, but we do hope that's the last time that we are so far away from each other. We just have to contact through screens and cable booths. So I'm happy to welcome directors of Nature Sunshine who have come here, who have joined us. So, directors, we are very happy to receive you, and we feel relieved because you will take care, so the atmosphere of the meeting is very nice. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, obviously, we have with us here the host of today's meeting, Director General of Nature Sunshine, Grzegorz Małachowski. Hello. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone here, we will do our best so that the meeting should be fantastic, unforgettable, and really epic. We want again to have a chat and the heat and everything else taken together. So my name is Golański, and I will take care so that everything would go according to the agenda, and we'll help by Paulina Kowalska and Narewajka from our office in Warsaw. Are you ready? So, are you ready? Yes? So, let's start. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will start with our quiz that was announced at the very beginning. So, before the first question is asked, so let me give you the details. At the meeting, we will have 11 questions. All of them will be very, very difficult. So first, some instruction for our online guests. In order to answer the question, you must leave the full screen conference mode, and then you will see question above the screen in which you will see the live picture. So all of you have just 10 seconds to give the answer when I start. When I say start, so what can you win now? So the newest Nature Sunshine products and double invitation for the gala dinner, 50 years of Nature Sunshine, which is scheduled at the beginning of 2022. So 10 people will be the winners, among online users, 1 and 3 would be invited to our gala and will receive our products, and places 4 to 10 will be given the most recent products of Nature Sunshine. I'm sorry, I can't say their names because they are still very novel products, so you don't know them. So as for the studio, we would give products to place number 2 and 3, and the winners would get an invitation to gala 50 years of Nature Sunshine. So I think the rules are clear. So let's start asking questions. So now question number 1. In which year Nature Sunshine was founded? So our proposals are here. 1984, 1972, and 1969. So 10 seconds. Let's start. 10 seconds. So time's over. The correct answer is, of course, 1972. Yeah. So it seems you're doing really great. So now I'd like to ask a question to one of our guests in the studio. So Darek, 1972, Nature Sunshine was established. And when did you start working for it? How many years after that? And who persuaded you to do it? I remember who persuaded me to do it, but I don't really remember when it was, exactly how many years. I've been with the company for over 5 years now. So I remember who wanted me to join them. It was Zenia Kudej. So thank you, Darek. Everyone has their history here. Nature Sunshine is almost 50 years. Also, already today, we would like to invite you to the gala next year. So now the first speaker. Record. It's a word in 2020 was used very, very often. Today, the word would be uttered many, many times again. So how come that the last year was a record year? What did we plan so that it should not be a record year, and be really 2021, 22, which would be better now, that would win over it. And the answer to the question now is Director Małachowski. Please come to the podium. Good afternoon. So I'm very happy to welcome you. I mean, all those who are sitting before monitors, tablets, screens, and I'd like to welcome everyone here in the studio. So, Adrian, thank you very much for this introduction. So that was a record year, yes, indeed. But now some history. We are meeting for the 11th time at the Winter's Conference of Nature's Sunshine, and this conference is a special conference because it is for the first time that we don't have, let's say, all audience here with us. We are meeting online now, so we did it in a hybrid way. So we have directors here, this kind of atmosphere of the meeting in person. But please believe me, it's completely different to speak before 50 people as compared to 1,000. That's a big difference. But I do believe that the 50 people in the room can make a lot of noise. Please do it. Great. That's fantastic. For me, it's really very, very good. So I hope you've already felt this atmosphere. I mean, those who are watching us online have already experienced it. So, yeah, we've already had 11 years behind us. These have been great years. And myself, Paulina, who is with us today, we've been from the very beginning in the company. We started working for the company in 2008. I know that there are distributors before the screens who started with us at the very beginning, and a group from Białystok, a group from Wrocław, from Warsaw, from Żelazna. I'd like to send my greetings to you now. But from the very beginning, we were trying to get prepared for something that has not come yet. But I will discuss it in a moment. Later on, Marek and Basia Pierkułowiczowie started working, and then other directors who are here with us in this conference room. And then indeed, we started climbing really the mountain, we could say. We had a double-digit growth for the last 15 years. And now we are at such a time that we've had a record year. But what am I aiming at? So we've gone a very long way, but we haven't gone it so that to stop here now. So we are on a journey. This is just one leg of the journey. So now we've laid solid foundations for our business. And you know that I like numbers, like figures, so I will mention them. Later on, you will see all the records, beautiful records that were made this year. But this is really the cornerstone for your future business. So every one of you who has been thinking whether really we should start right now, whether we should wait for a while and see whether that's it, they shouldn't have any doubts anymore that with such a success of so many people who are sitting here in this conference and so many people who were promoted this year, you may all be certain that the business is really doing well. So let me give a wonderful webinar on Thursday. We've had already the summaries of the months that we do after each closing and counting the bonuses. So yesterday, beautiful history of Christina. Her story is wonderful. So she was running a company for many years. 3 years ago, she started working for Nature's Sunshine. She started buying products for herself or her child. And now, at the time of pandemic, it turned out that the business that she had been involved for 10 years collapsed. And it turned out that Nature's Sunshine really was more profitable as compared to the other business. So this year, she just started business for us. And on Thursday, we congratulated her on becoming leader manager, as Anya Telt, who is her sponsor, are already planning that she would be director, and she liked it very much. So MLM and Nature's Sunshine is a business that's been really tried and tested, it's been doing what? All facts, all figures, our history, success of our people does confirm it. And Nature's Sunshine is that the company that would never let you down. Certainly, it will never let you down. Ladies and gentlemen, we've gone a long way, but we still have a lot ahead of us. So this is a motto of this year, be a force. Hence the color of my tie. And ladies and gentlemen, forceful with your experience. I mean, you directors who've been sitting just in front of me. And ladies and gentlemen, those who've been watching us, you've also experienced a lot. I mean, your experience is great, and thanks to that you have strength, you have force, and be strong in building your businesses. Be a force. You have something to build on. It is not any trying anymore. We are at such a stage that all the ways have been really tried and tested. All modes of work have been tried and tested, and we can base on directors' experience, on their mode of work and the way of running leaders, of managing leaders that was introduced, our meetings, and that was introduced by Jarek and Grigori. That really has been working well, and that would lead to a situation that this conference room would be too small for directors. That's what I wish everyone here and myself. So be a force of Nature's Sunshine. So in our business, it is you who are a force, and it is you who do most of the work, because you recruit new people and then you maintain contact with them. And thanks to you, they are successful. And we are sort of helpers of yours. I mean, office, Adrian, Paulina, Vala, myself, and other people who work. We do just everyday job, and which, while having another business than MLM, would have to be done on your own. You would have to your warehouse, invoicing, organize dispatches. But in our business, we do it for you. And now I'd like to show you how much we've done already, because you may not realize which figures we mean here. So I'd like to join to the quiz suggested by Adrian, but it's not online, and please don't use it. It's a kind of question to the people here in the conference room. So the record year, how many new accounts have been registered in the system in 2020? Please give me an answer. 8,000, 12,000, some people say? 20,000. 21,000. 15,000. Who said 15? 15. Carol. 15,000 new IDs. New IDs. So if you can imagine 500 sheets of paper, and it is of that thickness. If we were to write all these contracts on sheets of paper, then it would be 1.5 meters here. So, but of course, we've done it with a system. We are not working manually, fortunately. A pity, someone says, maybe. Let me get back to this figure. So the number of new IDs really shows the condition of business, the fact that our future is rosy and we are growing. That's proved by recruitment. And let me show how recruitment looks. So then, that's been a record year thanks to this product, which was launched with great work, difficulties. So we launched Collagen, which really exceeded our expectations as regards, our factory. So our factory's expectations really were not like that. We were not ready for such demand. So collagen, from the moment of its launch, has become the second best-selling product. Now the question to you, how many collagen packages have we sold? We've sold it just for 6 months, 13 now. Carol, 20,000. Yes, again. So applause, Carol. It's a pity we have no awards for you. So 20,000 for 6 months, and the first 15,000 we sold within 4 days. So the next thing now, we do our business by sending out parcel. It's a kind of sign of our times, and some people tell me how it looks in other companies or how it looks on other markets when the leader supplies his structures. And we, from the beginning, decided that the company in a central way will send out products to leaders. So we decided to have parcels sent out directly to the client, so that to ensure the quality of the products as well. At the very beginning, we created an MLM system, so the possibility of combining parcels. The leader may have a possibility of getting parcels for its group, then they meet. And when we introduced the system in 2015 or 2016, then 60% of our parcels were combined. And now it's just 20% which is combined, which means that we are so developed that many our clients do log in and order on their own. So the market, I may say, is maturing now. It is not so that the leaders do everything at the moment. A lot has been already done. The seed has been sown, and the clients know themselves where to get our products. So how many parcels have we sent out? 120, 100. How many parcels did we send last year? Theodore says 80,000. 80,000 parcels sent out last year. So each parcel has to be processed. It must be addressed. Everything must be packed, and that's also a lot of work that we actually do. So the next record is our bestseller, you know. We sell most chlorophyll. So how many bottles of liquid chlorophyll did we sell? Again, Theodore, 100,000 bottles of chlorophyll. And now orders. And how many invoices did we have to issue in connection with these orders? Marek, 100,000 orders, 100,000 invoices issued last year. So we do it for you, for your business. And how many items did we invoice on these orders? How many items were sold? Marek again was right. 1 million items were sent and invoiced last year. So really an incredible result. So we do it. We are your back office. You work on site, and we deal with these aspects. And here again, and this would be a very interesting figure, because this is your work, all your distributors or your leaders and even assistants who order gets discounts. So how many commissions were calculated for the last year? 10 million, someone said 30 million, 9 million, 22 million, 25, 30, 18 million. Someone said 20 million, 20 million, yes, 20 million commissions calculated last year. And that shows the scale of our business. That's how much we paid out to you as remuneration. And that's all was feasible because this year was really wonderful also. Because what was our growth last year? 60% growth on the previous year, and we found 45 million Polish zlotys of turnover. Thank you very much for that. And now I'd like to really praise Lithuania. That had the best result among our eggs because the sales increased by as much as 80%. So great applause for Lithuania. So indeed, it's been an incredible record result. So once I heard that we've been catching up with the best. No, but we are not anymore. We are now one of the best. But please do remember that it's just the foundation, given the dynamic and the potential we have within your structures, within your ranks and your products. And, well, also as regards how we started and taking into account the factories, our back offices, we will still have something to do. The sky is the limit. So in addition to statistics, what else happened last year? What I wanted to show you, so it's a recruitment level. This has been recruitments for the last 2 years, and we started from 700 recruitments last year, 2 years ago, and within the last 3 months, but we did over 1 million points. Our recruitment was between 1,200 and 1,600, almost on average 1,300 recruitments. So it means that we are now starting and fueling, I would say. Maybe it's a wrong sort of comparison or metaphor, but anyhow, the structures are really growing very fast, the fastest at the end of the year. So it's all starting. We have a very good index in January, over 1,400 recruitment, although there was a small adjustment by 7%. So anyhow, there is a lot of recruitment, and we may expect another record in February, the more so that we will have other incentives in February as well. What else? Important. As entries, the launch of collagen was of great importance, the second best-selling product of ours. And what else? What have we discovered really here because of that? Because we organized a webinar while launching collagen. There were as many as 900 people attending. We were really shocked that people so easily got adapted to that change, and we always believed in these online meetings, and we did it. But now, because of the situation, we are forced to act differently. But it's been really going well, and it's been worked. And since then, we've been organizing webinars, and you've been organizing them themselves, and you know that you can reach people very nicely this way. So because of the pandemic, we were forced to do some things, but even if it's over, I guess some of these actions will stay with us. We will stick to them. What else happened? In this year, we opened Europe. We started sending products all over Europe to the European Union, all the countries, and we sent orders to 31 countries. Maybe there were not a spectacular turnover because it is 300,000 points as compared. Lithuania and Latvia do it within 2 months if we were to compare it. So that's the beginning. But let me remind you that we opened Europe in the second half of last year, and we've been operating there for a short period of time. So I encourage everyone to really act here in Poland. 16 people recruited here, and given 38 million people living here in Poland, the total population. So we are still on the surface. We don't have a very deep penetration here into the potential Polish market. So indeed, we can really focus on Poland. But those who want to work in an international company, who know people abroad, they have a chance. So if anyone at any market would find another Marek Wierbiłowicz, we would organize the office there, registration, labels, everything. And this is all ahead of us. So what was very important was our first summer Power online conference. That was kind of strange experience because we didn't know what to expect, but that met with great interest. It really went above our expectations, and there were video footages in Polish, Russian, and English that were shown 35,000 times. So indeed, that shows that our conference really reached so many people. Otherwise, we would not be able to do it. I mean, if it was organized live. But it doesn't mean that we would just do it online all the time in the future. No, if possible, we will start doing such conference sort of normally. So despite the pandemic, those who were recruited went to the sunshine trip to Sicily. We managed to do it. That was the last week of the hotel's operation, and we did it thanks to that great energy that we had. That was really beautiful feeling to be there, and everyone was satisfied because they achieved so much in order to get there. But the very atmosphere that we managed to go there despite the pandemic, that was really something special. So I guess that also this atmosphere helped us make this 3 million months at the end of last year. So once again, congratulations to all of them who were selected for the trip, who were eligible for that. So because of the situation, we have to work online, whether we want it or not. We arrange online conferences, and you started working online as well. So some people are very good at it. Some need some training. So, and here we used the proposal of the Polish Association of Direct Sales, and we suggested to our leaders online training, and already 30 leaders have certificate in the training, so 30 leaders from Nature's Sunshine. I do hope that helps you in your work. And people here in this conference room who completed such training? Eva, yes. So this training, if you want to attend, is still available until June. It is available to everyone from Nature's Sunshine, and you may attend. You may be provided with a training free of charge. And if you want to work online, it will be helpful to you even after the pandemic. So what new? We launched last year's webinars, monthly summaries, business webinars. I know you like it. It is nice that after being promoted to the leader, you can see your name, or you can read it. You can read your name in the webinar. As director, Marian told me, you can see who got on the train at the right time. So I liked this saying very much, and we would continue these webinars. So as webinars, we have webinars IntechMed. So that not everyone who wanted we were able to accommodate in the conference room that was able to accommodate 400 participants. So I guess they help you. You agree? Yes, these webinar IntechMed do help you. Yes, indeed. So tomorrow we will thank Dr. Balcerzak for what he's doing for us. He has got great knowledge, and because of these webinars, other markets want doctor to organize these webinars in Russian, in English, maybe in other languages as well. And now what I'm showing really shows or proves the good condition of our business. That is the biggest number of rank advancement. We used to show you that we used to have a record number of rank advancement, but that was about leaders, leaders assistants, leaders consultants, I mean at a lower rank, so to speak. And here we have records as well. But please imagine 500 new leaders a year. I don't know what kind of stage it should be so that to accommodate everyone. The podium should be as big as this conference room. But let me draw your attention to the fact that there's many as 19 directors' status advances. So this is really something great. We haven't had so many promotions in the previous year, before the last year. So that means that our business is in the very good condition and we are going in the right direction. And now something that you've been waiting for, the plans for this year. So we will start discussing it very slowly. What we plan is growth. So I'd like to present to you a perspective. We had for the last year 60% growth. That was an incredible year, yes, indeed. And this year, okay, let's have 50%. I think it's realistic. And please note that if we maintain 50% growth for 2 years in 2021, how much would we do? 67, and in 2022, 101 million. So if we manage for the 50th anniversary of the company, have 100 million turnover in Poland, I guess we would have to bring everyone here to Poland. But ladies and gentlemen, let's set such goals and let's aim at them, and I hope it will happen. Of course, after 2022, the next objective would be, which one? Marcin, remind me, please. 100 million euros. Yes, some people already set such objectives for themselves. So now we have qualifications to 2021 Directors Academy. We still have a lot of time. So I suggest please read the rules carefully. Try to be there, because indeed it is there where good ideas are conceived, and then people make careers there and they really grow. And those who are watching us, who are directors, leaders, consultants, please take it into account that it's worthwhile to go to such academy. The next record, as many as 18 distributors have been qualified to Rising Star. Again, more than so far the number of directors who have gone there so far. So indeed, that's a great number. And we know that we won't be able to do a Rising Star in June in Utah. There is a third COVID wave. Vaccination is rolled out quite slowly. So definitely we won't be able to visit the office or the factory in June. But in autumn, we are promised to have this Rising Star trip. So those who have become eligible for autumn, please bear it in mind. Although it would be difficult to go there in autumn, but definitely we would like to go there this year. Another record. So far, we, as regards qualifications to tech, it was our highest ranked directors who went there, Basia, Marek, and now 8 qualifications. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 qualifications. So this is the highest number of qualifications. That is sort of the highest level trip that you may be qualified for. So 4 times growth for that. And that really shows that we are going in the right direction. Congratulations to everyone. And we will tell you who are those who have qualified, but later on it's generally, so Mexico is planned for May. Yes, nothing has been changed, so Mexico lets people go into this country, so yeah, let's go there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have qualifications to the next tags. It is kind of constant thing. So new director, new CRB from the board of directors would go to the Achievers Club, top achievers, as well as each member of the Directors Council who confirms 6 times its status would go to the Top Achievers Club. And now let's promotion from the company. The extension of qualifications for Top Achievers Club. Not only those people may go there, There will be the 50 years of company's operations in 2022. The company decided to celebrate it with a kind of exclusive tag with the greatest number of people. Therefore, we have additional conditions for those who will not comply with the standard ones, so they will also have a chance to go. So the conditions are simple, just 3 lines here, but is it really so simple? So let me read it. It is enough to get a gross in turnover at 7 leaders level while maintaining one part by 100,000 points or 20%. No, not 20%, minimum 100,000 points in one component. The second, confirm your status for 10 out of 12 months. And the third one, after the qualifications at the end of the year, you must achieve the status of the assistant director. Though that means that even leaders, managers who have force, who feel that can do it, they may do it. They are allowed to take part in these qualifications. If they do 100,000 in a weaker leg, that means that they would deserve top achievers club. So I do hope that, I don't know how much really, it's hard for me to say, but definitely the group would be twice as big as it would normally be. So what next? Today's hit. I guess I don't have to say anything now. So finally we have it, new Collagen Plus. Today, as from 8 p.m., it will be available in our warehouse, and it's ready to be packed and sent. Well, you will hear more about this product after my speech, and tomorrow you will learn more, and there will be promotion, and Adrian will tell you more about the promotion. It's a very good product, very nice, and I do hope it would change the order in our bestsellers. I hope so. And I can hear that now from you. So let's see, that's the plan for today. The next plans, new smart meal. It seems you've been really looking forward to these products. So new smart meal, no sugar content, a different packaging, ecological one, eco-friendly without this hard can, very nice product, and we plan to launch it in April. It was to be launched right now, but the production has been a bit late now, so it would be available later in March and April. So that's not all. That's something that we promised last year, new labels. They've been already prepared in the US and Canada, and it's our turn now. So the factory is making these labels, but there was a certain problem, because it turns out that if we want to put there more than one language, so there are some requirements for the character size, so everything could not be placed there. So, well, the company had to change the idea. We would have a kind of small folding booklets, but because of that it's been late, but definitely we will have all the products with new multi-language labels this year. And the same pertains for labels in Lithuania, Latvia. That would be in English as well. Oh. Yeah, you want it in English as well? Okay. So English is now suitable because of our opening to Europe, because it would be difficult to sell a product with Polish or Lithuanian label in Germany or other countries. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are launching the products for everyone. So please I'm asking translators, can you hear me? Yes. So 5 new products of Bremani. Bath gel for kids. It's for babies. It's baby. Because it does not irritate eyes, but of course, adults may use it as well. The next one, orange hair shampoo and orange hair conditioner. They are bestsellers on the Russian market from the new Bremani Care collection. I hope they will sell well here in Poland as well. So the next thing is a micellar face cleansing gel. This is really a state-of-the-art product and very good one. So when we are checking what sells well on the market, this is one of the most popular beauty products, which I think would be easy to sell. And finally, that's the hit. Mascara Royal Lash, which is certainly one of the most often ordered products in Eastern countries, but it's made by Schwarzfabilo, German company, had really great quality, especially for Nature Sunshine under Bremani brand. It's made for Bremani exclusively. So this product's available here from us as from March. So the next changes that we are going to introduce pertain to is kits. So we would introduce them when we would have the smart meal, because smart meal would be in these new kits. So these changes would be introduced as from April. So until April, we would have the so-called the old kits. What would change? We would withdraw slim and senior, so that the ones that sell the worst, Super Start Calcium and Super Start Sol Stick. We will leave one of them, Super Start Sol Stick. Will stay with us. And a sport kit, although it's the second best selling of our kits, would have a changed content. It would have a new collagen, a new smart meal, and it would be called Active. So the name would be changed. So to explain why we are changing it, although it sells so well, many people blamed us, maybe not blame us, because there were some fears of clients. It's sport, it's not me, because I'm not so much involved in sport. It's for active people. I go to the forest and walk for 5 kilometers. I'm an active person. I'm not a sportsman. I'm not an athlete, but this is the right product for me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, surprise, a new active kit has already been tested by the Polish Association of Sports Medicine, and we would have their recommendation, just like we had for the sports kit. So when it's launched, it would have this recommendation from this association, because it's been already approved, and they liked it so much, and they liked the change in this kit, and they said that this is a really great kit now. But it's not all. We would have 4 more kits. The beauty one, based on Bremani brand, the kit for ProNerve for a nerve system, a healthy gut, and bones and joints kits. So then we write more about it in our gazettes, and we would have webinar on healthy gut kit. Our Madam Director will also take part in it, and we would give you more information about that. So I won't tell you more about it, and it will all start in April. So this is the product plan. So today, Collagen Plus, as from March, Bremani. In April, Smart Meal and new kits. And this is something that is 100% sure, and that's something that I can tell you now, but this is not everything that we plan for this year. We have then the next 12 products that have been very much advanced in America, but they are not at such a stage that I would be able to discuss them now. Just one. Please mention one. I knew. Cascara, ashwagandha. And let me add one word, detox. Have I really uttered that? Yeah, I have. Oh, I was not supposed to, but... Okay, good. So, ladies and gentlemen, then an exchange that would be launched in March, a new website. So our website would be adapted to what's going on in the US. I'm sure you've seen naturesunshine.com, a very nice one with a flower. So our website, as early as in March, would be altered, modernized. So then the webinars that we've had so far in Polish, we don't plan because we've already had 2 webinars. They would be also in Russian. So on each 11th day of the month, first we would have a webinar in Russian at 5 p.m. and then at 7 p.m. in Polish. And I can see that leaders like it so much. I thought first that it would be just for Lithuania and Latvia, but I see by looking at flags that we have the whole Europe there. So we have Russian leaders all across Europe, really. It seems that the webinar in Russian is a European webinar, and I'm very happy with it. So now something you can note. Summer conference, July 17th, 18th, 2021, and I do hope we would have it live. I mean, in a sense that it would be person to person, maybe in the stadium. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't see here, but there were 1,500 people registered for today's conference. So a group of people who want to watch us really live is huge. So if we gather so many in real, let's say, circumstances, we'll have to find a big stadium. So this is from me, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember, be a force. You have power. So thank you very much, Director, for great plans. Just let me add one small thing about multi-language labels, Collagen Plus, in Polish, Lithuanian, Latvian, English, and Czech. So now I'd like to ask all of you to take into your hands these special devices for the quiz to answer the questions of the quiz. Now 2 questions would be asked now. Question number 2. Inspiration for setting up Nature Sunshine were stomach pains of the founder and effective therapy of one of the products mentioned below. Ginkgo biloba, cayenne pepper, chlorophyll, liquid chlorophyll. So now you have 10 seconds. From this moment start. So Gene Hughes, what did he use to cure his disease? Ginkgo biloba, cayenne, or chlorophyll? Liquid chlorophyll. Cayenne. That's the right answer. So, as I've thought, you've done it very well. So now the next question. What are the names of the Nature Sunshine founders? Brand Yates, John Elizabeth Kowalski, Christine and Jean Hughes. Now, 10 seconds. A. The right answer? Christine and Jean Hughes. So it seems that everyone gave the right answer here in the studio. I wonder, what about online participants. We will give the answers after the break. And now let me give the floor to Nature Sunshine's representatives from the United States.
Hello, Europe. Hello, Poland. Congratulations on an amazing 2020. I can't say enough about what you accomplished. Record year, just phenomenal. What you guys accomplished in 2020 under the current conditions with the pandemic was simply something that I will always remember. And it's made me a better person and a better leader watching what you were able to accomplish. The way that you were able to come together as a group and leverage technology through the pandemic is something that has been mind-boggling here at the company, to watch your growth, watch the way that many of you had never used Zoom before. Many of you had never even heard of Fuse. Many of you had simply been doing a belly-to-belly business, but you were able to leverage technology and change your business for the better. Look at your growth. Thank you once again for changing your form of business to leveraging technology, and look what's happened. Something else I want to congratulate you on is rank advancements. I am a true believer that the foundation of a business is how many people advance through the ranks, through all of them. It tells me of what you have done with all of the rank advancements, that we have a very strong foundation, and the future is very bright, especially 2021. Poland is making so much noise. I'm hearing from our competitors, what are you doing in Poland? You're having huge double-digit growth. You're growing at such a rapid rate. Our competitors know that we're out there. I want to challenge each and every one of you to keep making noise, because you are truly making a difference. Everyone knows about Nature Sunshine products in Poland, in the Baltic states, and throughout Europe. Great job. Here's the best news. Here's the best news I can tell you today. The future has never been brighter. We're just getting started. And I want to talk a little bit about the future. Our plan is to keep introducing new products that make sense for Poland and Europe. We want to fill product gaps. We just don't want to throw products out there and hope they stick. That's not the plan. The plan is to be very smart about the products that we launch, new, innovative, those that will attract business builders and also customers. We want to make sure that we give you the best tools with regards to our products to be successful. So know that in 2021, you're going to continue to see us roll out products that will make a difference in your business. I think we all can agree that one of the most important parts of Fab 5 is digital first. Digital first is key to Poland and Europe. We have to take major steps with digital first to get to where we want to be. So just know that we will be working on a new improved website. We're going to create apps, mobile apps, and other tools that will make it easier to conduct your Nature Sunshine business. Digital first is such an important part of the Fab 5, and I can't say enough about how important it is right now for you. I feel like we've done an amazing job with the brand and many other aspects of the Fab 5. Digital first will be a big focus for us in 2021, and we hope to be able to deliver, to hit that spot on so that you can be successful. Finally, I want to make sure I leave you with this and something you don't forget. Why I'm confident that 2021 will be better than 2020. The reason is because each and every one of you. You are truly the best, and that can't be denied because of what you have accomplished really the past 10 years. The past 10 years, you've had double-digit growth over the past 10 years, year over year over year. You're becoming one of the bigger markets for Nature Sunshine products. You are the heart of Nature Sunshine. I thank you for all that you do and look forward to seeing all of you in the very near future. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful month, a wonderful quarter, and a wonderful year, and I hope to see you in 2021. All the best. Thank you.
So, before we give the floor to the Nature Sunshine representative from the US, let me ask you, Leontij Teodor Małek. So, the history of Nature Sunshine started from cayenne pepper. That's how you answer the question. And which product made you fall in love with Nature Sunshine? That was the business product, so to speak. Also, the rest was the whole range of products. The most important, chlorophyll, bacteria. Now, smart meal is the favorite product, and omega, collagen. So today, we have more and more products, and Giola sees to it so that they are changed on a current basis, so that we do not have just one and the same product all the time. So as you've heard, Brian is very pleased, and he has a clear vision for the future. And I assure you that Brian, who is really satisfied, is also a kind of measure of success, we would say. So I'd like to join his congratulations for you. So now, would you like to listen to Nature Sunshine CEO? That is Mr. Moorhead. Now it's his turn.
Hey everybody, this is Terrence Moorhead, Chief Executive Officer of Nature Sunshine. I wanted to reach out to you today because I was thinking about our business and the world that we live in today, and it dawned on me that if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. That's what we've always believed, and it's certainly an important lesson from 2020, a year marked by a global pandemic, social unrest, economic hardship, and uncertainty. With so many unforeseen obstacles, we've all been forced to adapt, become more resourceful, and take the initiative to develop new and creative ways to stay safe, healthy, and happy. After everything we've been through, it's inspiring to see so many people fearlessly moving forward in the face of such unprecedented change. Of course, the lessons of the past are important, but we can't live our lives based on inspiring memories of the broken pieces of yesterday. Yesterday's gone. And there's no going back because we're different now. We've changed and grown, and we're looking forward to a better tomorrow, a tomorrow that offers hope, love, prosperity, security, solidarity, and so much more. But right now, tomorrow only exists in our dreams. And creating that tomorrow means fearlessly moving forward today, because the future starts today, and we've talked about that before in the past. Remember, our lives were meant to have purpose, and our dreams were meant to be pursued. Today is a magical opportunity to chase your goals, add meaning to your life, and make a difference in the world. As I look ahead to our future, I can't help but be encouraged by our recent past. Faced with unprecedented change, you stayed focused and helped us deliver some remarkable record-breaking results. And thanks to your efforts, people are beginning to feel the power of Nature Sunshine. And that's worth celebrating. But now it's time to take it up a notch, to find a new gear and to put that power into action. It's time to become a force to be reckoned with, and to make our presence felt. And remember, being a force isn't about having power, it's about doing something with the power you have. For us, being a force is all about teamwork and momentum. And if you think about it, the more people we have working together, the more we can accomplish. And the more we all move in the same direction, the faster we'll make that progress. So, by staying focused, continuing to collaborate, and working to push our strategies forward, we'll maintain and even build on the momentum that we've created together. And together, as each of us does our part, we can create a critical mass that will result in an unstoppable force. We have come such a long way since we started this journey, but we didn't come this far just to come this far. So, as we enter the new year, I want you to think about the opportunity that lies ahead and to challenge yourself to do the best work of your career. because that's what it's going to take for us to be relevant and to get our fair share in 2021. So be aggressive in the pursuit of excellence. Be engaged with your team. Be focused on making a difference. Be bold, be proactive, be driven, but above all, be a force. I want to thank you for everything that you do to make our company great and strong. I want to tell you how pleased and impressed I am with everything you've been able to accomplish, and I look forward to the day when we can be together to celebrate your success in person. And I want you to remember that even though I can't be with you now, we're always together. Thank you for everything that you do, and have a great day.
Okay, they just played the jingles so that I wouldn't say it, but I like to say that you don't discuss such things with your boss. But anyhow, you have to believe me that because we are afraid of the fact that if we don't go forward, we would move backwards. So now again, let me ask you a question. This is question number four of the quiz. What name was shown on the products labels before Nature Sunshine was created? Hughes Health Products, Christine and Jean Herbs, Sunshine Products. Now you have 10 seconds to answer the question. The correct answer is Hughes Health Products. Congratulations to everyone who has given the right answer. We will have more and more difficult questions. Now, question number 5. In which town in Utah the first Nature Sunshine warehouse was established? Spanish Fork, Orem, or Salt Lake City? So now, start. 10 seconds. Spanish Fork, Orem, or Salt Lake City? The correct answer, Orem. Congratulations to everyone who answered this question, which was not so obvious. Now the question, Director Małachowski, Director. The first warehouse, Spanish Fork in the United, it was in Orem. So what was the first registered office in Poland, and is it still the same? The first was in registered office was in Prosta Street, then in Starościńska. Now we have the third registered office in Olkuska Street, but it's been for most of the years, and we are feeling very well there, and it's easy also for distributors to get there, to park their cars there. And what was the question, really? Well, in fact, Director, you answered it, so thank you very much. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we've had Director General Nature Sunshine, then CEO for Russian market, and even CEO of Nature Sunshine. We've heard them all, but no one would be offended if I say that the real hero of today's meeting has not yet said a word. But that will be the future, near future. In a moment, we would have to launch a new product. And last time when we launched this product from this line, that was even beyond our expectations. You know what premiere I mean, because it is exceptional. It was exceptional. Let's call it rosy. But I'm sure you know now that I am now, what I mean is collagen. So, and today, let's have a look. So everyone's ready to treat themselves to Collagen Plus. 6 grams of collagen in each portion in connection with vitamin C, zinc, and hyaluronic acid. It's not incidental that this combination is here because there is science behind it. There is science behind Collagen Plus, and that would be proved by the third guest from the United States, Dr. Bhargavi Manda from the Hughes Center.
Collagen is the fibrous protein of the extracellular matrix that supports connective tissues. It is the single most abundant protein in the body and comprises 1/3 of the total protein. It supports skin, bones, cartilage, hair, and nails. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at producing collagen. Connective tissues are made of specialized cells such as fibroblasts and a matrix of molecules produced by these cells. These together provide structural and mechanical support to tissues such as skin, bones, and cartilage. Studies show that the natural aging process is associated with alterations in the composition and the integrity of the connective tissues. During aging, there is an increase in the amount of reactive oxygen species and also an increase in the activity of enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases. This leads to a reduction in the amount of collagen. Taking a collagen supplement can support more efficient collagen production. Research shows that collagen supplementation has a positive influence on skin elasticity, hydration, and joint health. The way that collagen works is firstly, it provides nutrients such as amino acids to support protein synthesis. Collagen, as you know, is rich in amino acids like glycine, proline, hydroxyproline, and hydroxylysine. Secondly, some studies also showed that collagen is absorbed as di- and tripeptides, which reach target tissues such as skin or cartilage via circulation. Synergy Collagen Plus is formulated with a synergistic blend of vitamins and nutrients to support collagen production, hydration, and normal protein synthesis. Vitamin C plays a crucial role in collagen synthesis. Collagen has a triple helical structure, which is crucial for its function. Enzymes called hydroxylases use vitamin C as a cofactor for building the crosslinks between collagen fibers. Hyaluronic acid is a component of the ground substance in the extracellular matrix. Hyaluronic acid has a unique water-retaining capacity that supports lubrication in connective tissues. Zinc is an essential trace element involved in several cellular metabolic processes. It contributes to protein synthesis and the normal maintenance of bones, hair, skin, and nails.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Collagen Plus today is available at the same price as the rose equivalent, 137 zlotys, and right at 8 p.m. we will start the sales, and we have the date here. So the first 1,000 people who order collagen would get a shaker free of charge, so that you can prepare your favorite drink that contains Collagen Plus. So that's why I gave you the date and then number. It's not all about Collagen Plus. Tomorrow we will discuss Collagen Plus with Dr. Balcerzak from the Medicine Institute and with orthopedist Maciej Markowski. And I would just betray a secret that they are fans of our collagen, both of them. And now let's have a 15 minutes break. And after the break, we would get back to our quiz. First of all, we would reward leaders and directors from 2020. So let's meet in 15 minutes.
Witam Państwa po przerwie.
Before we discuss the promised advances and we will meet directors, now, before that, we will have a quiz, the next two questions, so please take your devices. And now, question number 6. In which town the first Nature's Sunshine Convention was held? Was it New York, Las Vegas, or Spanish Fork? Now you have 10 seconds. New York, Las Vegas, or Spanish Fork? The correct answer, this is the favorite place of the participants in Rising Star, Las Vegas. Now question number 7. So the production facility of Nature's Sunshine in Spanish Fork is of the area of 18,000 square meters, 23,000 square meters, or C, 16,000 square meters. So 18,000, 23,000, or 16,000 square meters. The correct answer is 18,000 square meters. So again, congratulations to everyone who have given correct answers. So I can see most of you by seeing your reactions. So before the break, I promised to give you just the introductory part of our ranking. So online guess is number 3, Jolanta Grabowskiene, number 2, Danuta Chojczyk-Kostyłkow, and the leader is, until the break, Grzegorz Mrozek. So I have also the ranking of the first 3 places from our studio here. So number 3, Dariusz Ciszek. Number 2, Daina Jurasinaite. And the leader, Katarzyna Wierbiłowicz. Congratulations. So now let me get back to the promise that I made at the beginning of our meeting. So Marek and Basia, it was not in Las Vegas as the first conference of Nature's Sunshine, but in a beautiful place. Was it where you organized the first IT raid? And what memories do you have? The first one was happened in Gavrychuda. There was about 40 of us, so more than at the first Nature's Sunshine convention. It was in Suwałki regions. It was really wonderful. It was really great. Everyone liked it. What was interesting, it turned out that some people were using kayak for the first time, visited the Suwałki region in Poland for the first time. So thanks to the Lideriada, we are sightseeing Poland. And now, which one would you have now? 23rd. Yes, Lideriada. I guess now you will have the 23rd Lideriada. So now it's time we sum up the success from the exceptional 2021. I don't want to be boring, but again, we have to use the word record. So let me start with rewarding the best recruiter. So we've all the time had the ranking of best networker, and now the monthly leaders and the results of monthly were communicated to you in the monthly business news. This time we collected data for best networker from the whole 2020, and today we will see the winners. So now let's get to know the distributors who have the first 3 places in the best networker 2020 ranking. So number 3, 291 recruitments and almost 140,000 points. The 3rd place of best networker ranking, Mariola Kowalewska. Mrs. Mariola Kowalewska, please come onto the stage, and also I'd like to invite the director. Yes. The 3rd place of the best networker 2020. So Mariola is now picking up the diploma, and she will get also the most recent Nature Sunshine product soon. So please stay here. Number 2, 222 recruitment and almost 154,000 points. The second place in the Best Networker 2020 ranking, Beata and Wojciech Ewertowscy. Please come onto the stage. Congratulations. And you will get a diploma, definitely. So please join Mariola. And, well, the newest Nature Sunshine's products are waiting for you. And now, number 1, 271 recruitment and almost 220,000 points. And now, the Best Networker 2020. Pelagia and Marian Pietkiewicz. Will get a diploma, the newest Nature Sunshine's products, invitation for the gala, 50 years of Nature Sunshine, which will be held at the beginning of next year, and I guess the biggest award, a minute with a microphone. How to become the best networker? Please tell us. So, well, this reward is for the Best Networker 2020. This is an exceptional reward, so please say something. So, I don't know how to become. I've just become. I set an objective for myself. I did it. I believed in myself. I believed in the people who were working with me, because it was really the work of my partners rather than mine. It was my knowledge, my work. It was our joint success. How to do it? Believe in yourself. Believe that the people who within that work want more than they have today, and they are ready to do work for that. Please don't stop. I fell many times, but then I got up and I continued. Please believe in yourself. So Best Networks 2020, Mariola Kowalewska, Beata i Wojciech Ewertowski, Maria i Pelagia Pietkiewicz. Applause once again. Thank you very much indeed. So now let's go further. The first status in our marketing plan, 500, so the director has already revealed it. So that's exactly the number of leaders that appeared in Nature Sunshine in 2021. Some of them increased their status, and they are now at the higher ranks of the marketing plan. So please now get to know Nature Sunshine's leaders for the whole 2020. So it is really impressive. So 500 leaders. Thanks to the systematic work, there are here with us distributors who are at a higher rank now. And within the ranks, there is at least one leader. And there were last year 249 such distributors. So now, get to know a long list of leaders, distributors, Nature Sunshine 2020. 2021, sorry. Leaders' assistants. Leaders' assistants 2020. 749 names, so thank you very much for uninterrupted applause. So now we have shorter and shorter lists, however, more and more interesting ones. So leaders, consultants, they are people who are looking at the way to become director. And we say it's a very difficult way and tiresome way, and they are looking for it, for example, in Sicily. So, well, simply get to know the leaders, consultants of Nature Sunshine 2020. Now it's time we will see directors. Well, that's what our next heroes really hear, because that is just one step from them to the rank of director. And now leaders, managers of Nature's Sunshine from 2020. In a moment, we will have directors, but once again, applause for leaders, leaders consultants, leaders assistants, and leaders managers of nature's sunshine. So before cream of the cream, that is directors, we will get back to our quiz. So once again, take your devices. And now we will have question number 8. Which country was the first foreign market on which nature sunshine products were launched? Russia, Mexico, or Canada? So now you have 10 seconds. Start. So the first foreign market of nature's sunshine, Russia, Mexico, or Canada? So the correct answer is Canada. Congratulations to everyone who answered the question properly. And again, I have an impression that most of you did it. Now, question number 9. In which town the ceremony of opening of the Polish Nature Sunshine office took place? Warsaw, Krakow, or Wrocław? So the opening of the Polish branch of Nature's Sunshine. So was it Warsaw, Kraków, or Wrocław? The right answer is Kraków, B, Kraków. Yes, exactly. I've noticed that some of you are surprised, and the leader of your ranking is really surprised. So now Kasia Wierbiłowicz. So in the middle, you were the leader. So we have 4 questions in advance. I'm questioning what would happen next. Are you asking me if I win? Yes, I would like very much, and I'm doing my best. Well, but please don't help me answer the question. So where was the first opening, the ceremony of opening of the Polish office? What was your answer? Warsaw. It was Warsaw. That was my answer. Okay, that would be easier for us, of course, but now it's directors. So 19 promotions of directors. So this is really, again, a boring word that I must use at this occasion. That is record. So meet directors of Nature's Sunshine in 2020. So they mostly appreciate the product of Nature's Sunshine because health is the most important thing. So now directors joined with great, really happiness to this group. They joined this group, and they wouldn't do that without the help of their family. So meet directors of Nature's Sunshine from 2020. So Anna and Waldemar Wieczorkowscy. Please come to the stage. So now the statuette is being handed over. And of course, we have an invitation to the Rising Star trip. So directors, please do your job. So by director assistant, also check for 10,000 zlotys. So please hand another reward, 10,000 zlotys. This is a bonus for promotion to director assistant. So now I would like to ask the girls to help us. So now Anya is representing director's assistant. Now you have a minute, Anna. Please, the floor is yours. I'd like to thank everyone. I'm very happy because this promotion to director is something special. So my work at Nature's Sunshine is a great joy for me. So it gave health to me, to my family, and other members of my team. So thank you very much once again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Applause. Anna Wieczorkowska. Great thanks to you. Professionalism, a friendly atmosphere, know-how and sharing your knowledge and learning from others. That's the recipe from Director Assistant from May 2020. He would be the member of Board of Directors because he loves his team. He has the best sponsors, and there is no other possibility. Director Assistant Maria Borkowska, please join us on the stage. Handed over a statuette, but also an invitation to Rising Star. So please hand over this invitation to Rising Star and obviously check 10,000 zlotys for the promotion to Director Assistant and a tablet. So the work is even more efficient and faster. So another reward is a minute with a mic. So please tell us something. I've been waiting for a long time for this moment. So because it's been a few months since June, and I finally got it. So it's really worth being here because I have a great view. I know that I have just a minute, so I will be brief. So I'd like to thank very much all those in particular who contributed to my success, to the fact that I'm here, that I'm standing on the podium. And let me start with my process, Aini, Saskia and Adam. So thank you very much for your invitation, for your trust in me. I'm very grateful to them for the fact that they called me. That was really a very great thing for them, the first person and director at the same time. But that is the result of our well-organized work. And I'd like to thank Marek and Basia for helping me take first steps in this business. It was not easy because I was from another company with a different mentality. I was more sales focused. I did not understand to sell something and earn money, and I know now what passive income is. So I would like my people who are in my team to experience that as one. So another person that I'd like to thank, I mean, there are many people, my team, it is thanks to them, all of them. Those who do 300, 3,000, and those who do 50 or 30 points. It is their hard work, in fact. And that is thanks to them, to their hard work, that I'm here, and I'm standing on the podium, and I'm here. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you so much. And I do think that I wish that all people who really plan success in nature's sunshine will achieve the success, and I wish them all success. So I'd like to thank everyone. Maria Borkowska, Director Assistant. Applause. So if you work in nature's sunshine, what you do is not just your work, it's your passion. Someone said it, and of course I don't deny it. Thanks to this systematic, let's say, passion, he joined the group of directors. And he was selected as director number 1. He did not want to say something about Pogoń Szczecin, which is a soccer Premier League in Poland. Maciej Sacharczuk, director assistant. Zaharczyk will get a statuette, a tablet to work even more efficiently, an invitation to Rising Star, and a check for 15,000 zlotys. So he was promoted to director assistant within less than 12 months. Applause. Marcin, please now take the floor. So, hello everyone. As a colleague has just mentioned from the very beginning, I've had this passion, and I'd like now to thank all these people who trusted not me, the company, but themselves. These people are now on the other side, let's say, but they are together with us. But I do hope that at the next conference we will meet, all of us. And I'd like to thank all the assistants because they are the most important people for me. They will always be in my heart. And I'd like to also thank all the consultants, because all these people and myself and everyone was the consultants and assistants at the beginning, so there are no more important people than these assistants. Marcin Sacharczuk, Director Assistants, once again, applause. So they like challenges and work with people. It is the most important aspect of what they do. If you don't create your dream, someone will employ you so that you will create his dream. So faithful to that rule, they got two directors. So let me invite the entire Sunshine directors, Aneta and Andrzej Salvin. Applause. So again, a statuette, a tablet that would make your work easier, and an invitation to Rising Star to the United States, and a check, 10,000 Polish zlotys, and applause for Aneta Salvin once again. So Aneta, now that the floor is yours. Good afternoon, everyone. So I've just fulfilled my dreams with nature's sunshine, but I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. I'd like to thank my team for the fact that each point led me to this great level, which is Director Assistant. I'd like to my sponsors, our sponsor, for the fact that thanks to their experience, I would be promoted even higher. Marek and Basia, thank you very much for being here, and thank you for enabling my great adventure. And I'm very happy. Thank you all once again. Applause, Aneta Salvin. They always have a catalog, a newsletter, business news on them, so they don't know that there are no shortcuts to have success. Therefore, they have always time for their personal development. Now, Director's Assistants of Nature's Sunshine 2020, Urszula and Dariusz Samsel. A statuette and tablet to make your work easier. An invitation to Rising Star to the United States, and a check, 10,000 zlotys. Congratulations to new Director of Nature's Sunshine. So, dear, I'm very happy to be standing and just in front of you. I mean, people who are here with us, but also before all the listeners from my structures and other structures. What feeling is it? I mean, first of all, it is accomplishing the plans that I first said. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate myself for taking this decision. But of course, it's not possible to achieve that on your own. So first of all, I'd like to thank our sponsor line, leaders assistants, leaders consultants, assistants, directors, managers. It's their knowledge, their expertise led me to this place. I'm here thanks to them. I wouldn't be here if it was not for all my team, people who trusted me. So if we create a special group of people who want success, who have dreams and plans, then we will do this business. And while fulfilling others' dreams, we will fulfill our dreams. And I'd like to thank our consultants, managers, the people who also contributed to my success. I'm really very happy, and I'd like to thank Marek Wierbiłowicz and his wife, Basia, for being with us, for supporting us with at least such ceremonies and webinars. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Thank you once again. Urszula Samsa, Director Assistant of Nature's Sunshine. Applause. Nature's Sunshine is a lifestyle for her. She founded everything mental and physical health, personal development, and a lot of money. So she really fulfills her dreams. Director Assistant of Nature Sunshine, Mariola Kowalewska. So, Director will hand you over a statuette and table that would make the work of Director easier, and of course an invitation to the Rising Star, the United States, and check 10,000 zlotys for promotion to Director Assistant. Obviously, please now take the floor. I'd like to say 2 words. I mean, the seed that was sown had really great force. Today we are witnessing that all. I mean, the quality of that seed. So from all my heart, thank you so much. It is thanks to you that today we may enjoy ourselves, and thanks to you, so many thousands of people enjoy physical, mental health and have finances. So this shows the quality of that seed, and we are unable to really utter it here in this. So faith, hope, and love made me believe that these systems of values I've shown thanks to my sponsors. So, and in fact, each man's success is supported by a woman. So, Janos, I'd like to thank you for that today. Why? Because it was she who joined the team. It was she who showed us these values, thanks to which today I have incredible leaders who just create incredible centers of power. And now I'm grateful mainly to my sponsor who was able to initiate it. I mean, this kind of power centers that really led me to this place are the proof that each and every one of us has a talent, each and every one of us has an exceptional personality, has a gift, and this gift, if you're able to uncover in you, becomes something beautiful. So thank you very much for Nature's Sunshine. Mariola Kowalewska, Director Assistant, Nature's Sunshine. We haven't had an opportunity to learn a secret for success of our Director Assistant from December, but we've known each other for many years now. So maybe I misled courage for bravery. So now he's so much focused on detail, uncompromised quality in Nature's Sunshine. Director Assistant of Nature's Sunshine, Daina Jorosonaida i Andrius Gauzaiskas. Now please come to the stage. So, Director will again hand over a statuette and a tablet and a check for 10,000 Polish zlotys for promotion to Director Assistant. So now the floor is yours. Good evening. I'd like to thank for the Nature's Sunshine campaign for many products, for wonderful products that are really needed. So once again, this is Rosalia. Thank you very much, Nature's Sunshine, for your great products. So in addition to great products, you can really do a great business on that. So I'd like to thank the company for that.
компанию, не только продукты, которые очень хорошие, превосходные, но поблагодарить и офис, и поблагодарить нашу команду, которая нам помогла тут быть. И мы верим в нее и надеемся, что много из нашей команды будут на этой сцене. И верю во всю Литву, во всю Европу. Литва, be a force this year.
So it is not only the products. So we'd like to, let's say, to thank the company not only for the products and business, but we'd like to thank the whole office that helps us do this business. And first of all, we'd like to thank our team, and we do hope that soon our team will be with us on the stage. Daina Jurasinaite and Andres Gazaikas, Director's Assistants of Nature's Sunshine. So each way should be a personal one, but consistent with your sponsor's way. But we will agree that it's a brief, however, ideal way for success. But now, Director Assistant of Nature's Sunshine, Kazimierz Zykułowicz, who unfortunately was unable to join us today, but nevertheless, applause for him. So we are climbing higher now directors, consultants. So welcome to the club of successful people. That's how they welcome new members of their team. It's really difficult to say who is responsible for success in their team. He's more in dealing with business and she with products. So it seems that it is a duet that is really forced to succeed. So directors, consultants of Nature Sunshine. So Katarzyna Nowakowska. So again, a statuette, tablet for them and check for 15,000 zlotys. So now, please, the floor is yours. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to welcome everyone who is also who are behind computers, behind screens, but also I'd like to welcome everyone here in this conference room. Director consultant is a status where indeed you may be happy with having numerous statuses at a lower level, so you may enjoy it. So here from this way, we both would like to say that we are really very happy that this year in our ranks, in our structure, there are 4 advances or promotions, directors promotions. So there are 2 director's assistants promotions and 1 director consultant, and you will soon know who he is, and 1 director manager promotion. Yes, indeed. Within our ranks, we have people who got higher status than we did. So that's it as regards directors. But it is really great and joyful to see on slides today that among leaders and managers, as many as 11 leaders managers are from our structure. So that's really wonderful. So directors, managers, we do really greatly appreciate your work. I did not count leaders, consultants, leaders, But of course, we have a large group of consultants, managers, and assistants. That is their great work, the fantastic creation of their own health and the health of others. And that's why I'd like to thank you for that today from this place. And let me just add that in order for that to happen, there must be someone to come to you and to suggest business to you. Basia and Marek, it is thanks to you that we are here today. And I'd like to thank also Oli and Oleg. They've always supported us as they continue to support right now, but there must always be someone who would come to show you something. So never deny, never reject an important proposal. So Dariusz Krysiuk and Katarzyna Nowakowska, directors, consultants, applause once again. So nobody will lead you further than they have gone. In the past, she followed someone. Now everyone would like to follow her. Her normal day, always black and white. She was unable to join us, but we have news for you. Director consultant Lidia Bogusz.
Witam Was, kochani, bardzo,
I'm
bardzo
very
serdecznie
happy
ze
to
słonecznej
welcome you
Antalii.
from
Ten piękny,
sunny
uroczysty dla nas
Antalya in
wszystkich dzień.
Turkey on this
Jestem
beautiful
tutaj,
day
ponieważ
and important
w
day
kwietniu
for us.
ubiegłego roku
I'm
zostałam
here
dyrektorem
today because in April
konsultantem.
last year I
I jak
became
sami
director
wiecie, nie da
consultant,
się
and
tego
as you
zrobić w
know,
pojedynkę.
it is
Dlatego chciałam z
you
tego
can't do
miejsca
it on your own.
podziękować
That's why I'd
mojej
like to
drużynie,
thank
mojemu
all my
zespołowi,
team,
moim
my
ukochanym
people,
liderom
my
za
beloved
wsparcie. Chciałam
leaders for
serdecznie
their
podziękować
support. I'd like to
Robertowi
thank
Cieślikowi
Robert
za to, że bardzo
Cieślik
mnie wspierał,
for
za to,
his
że
great
szedł ze mną
support,
ręka w
for
rękę
the fact that
i
he was
znosił moje
always
chimery
following me
czasami.
neck.
Bardzo Ci, Robku,
And
dziękuję.
he
Dziękuję
really
Zbyszkowi
had to
Jurkowskiemu, Monice Zawodzińskiej, Grażynce
Monika Zawodzińska, Grażynka Dobrowiecka,
Piotrowi
the other people that
Syplowi.
I will thank,
Dziękuję
as well as
wszystkim
Piotr
naprawdę,
Sypel. So
naprawdę
I'd
z
like to
całego
thank
serca.
you all
Chciałam też
from the
podziękować
depth of
mojej
my
linii
heart, and I'd like to also
sponsorowania,
thank my line
Teodorowi
of
Małek,
sponsor,
moim
Jola and
dyrektorom,
Teodor
menadżerom,
Małek, my
za
directors,
wsparcie, za
managers for
zaufanie,
support, for
za to,
their
że po
trust,
prostu zawsze
for the
mogę do Was
fact
zadzwonić
that
i zawsze
I can
dajecie mi
always
bardzo,
call
bardzo
you and
dobre
you
rady.
always give me
Ten
very good
sukces też
advice.
jest Waszą
This
zasługą.
success is
Dziękuję
also
bardzo
thanks to you.
Basi i
And I'd like to
Markowi
thank also Basia
Wierbiłowiczowi,
and Marek
CRD.
Wierbiłowicz,
Dziękuję bardzo,
CRD.
że jesteście,
I'd like
że dzięki Wam
to
wzrastam,
thank you
rozwijam
for
się
being us,
i
for
dzięki
the fact that
Wam
it
po
is thanks
prostu
to you
odzyskałam
that
wiarę w
I
ludzi i w to, że naprawdę
really
można w życiu
grow,
osiągać
so,
sukcesy.
and that
Miejcie dzisiaj,
I
kochani,
restored faith
wspaniały
in
dzień.
people and
Do
that I
usłyszenia.
was able to achieve success. So have a great day. See you later. And director consultant Lidia Bogusz, we will give you the award even in Turkey. So now a question about secret of success. The answer was we have no secret. Advanced is consistent work with exceptional people. So yeah, we will now reveal the secret. Director consultant Beata and Wojciech Ebertowscy. Please join us on the stage. So, a statuette for you, a tablet and check for 15,000 zlotys. So now the floor is yours.
Ой, кохані.
Oh, it's really, I'm very, very happy. So first of all, the fact that we are here is thanks to the work of our team. So we would like to thank so much our group of the most unfortunate leaders, assistants, consultants, the most wonderful team, MSP team. So we'd like to thank the whole group and each and everyone from this group. And we are very happy and would like to invite you here. We now would like to work so that you will draw on what we have achieved. So we'd like to thank, first of all, Marek and Basia, Marian, Ipalia, Darek and Kasia, and our two directors, ladies directors. Thank you all very, very much. So now we must, let's say, verify our dreams, because at the beginning of our journey, Marian said that we should write down our dreams, and now we have to verify, because the reality really went beyond our dreams. So now we may set new ones. We have financial freedom. Wojtek gave up his former job, constant job. Now we are fully devoted to MSP. Beata and Wojciech Ewertowscy, directors, consultants. Why is he successful? Because he made such a decision that he wants to keep faith to the plan he selected. He's really very much driven by success of other people from his structure. Director consultant Karol Stemplewski. So now please take the floor. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. So hello everyone, and I'd like to also send my greetings to all the people behind the screen, and I'm very happy that I'm part of this numerous group of directors. If someone said to me, which in June 2018, when someone knocked on my door, and it was Teresa Kaczmarczyk who knocked on my door. And Teresa, thank you very much, because it all started with you. If someone had said then that I would have been here on stage as director consultant, I would not have believed it then. But today I'm grateful to all my team. I'm very happy that there is director with me here. So it's the first one. My goal would be to have 20, and I will achieve that. And I would like to congratulate assistants, directors, managers, leaders, assistants, leaders, consultants, leaders, managers, and Marcin, director. I know that this year there are some further plans. I keep my fingers crossed for you. So everything starts with some story. And the first one was when Teresa was talking to me via Skype. Oh, sorry, my time is over, but okay. And the second was here at this hotel. It was 27th January 2019. Someone said to me then that he had a company and 3 mobiles, and he had to speak on the mobiles all the time. He never had free time, and his wife Jolanta was cross with him that he took mobiles on holiday as well. So thank you. It was you first, and then Barbara, and then I was really impressed by that, kind of quiet. And then I came back home, sat before the computer, and I said it would be peace and quiet. It would be great job. So thank you very much. And I'd like also you to be on stage later on. So Karol Stemplewski, applause. So such a company of nature's sunshine was searched by him for over 20 years. That's why, for those who at the beginning of their journey say, you're lucky guys. So when he was promoted to director consultant, he just said, well, you can do it. Director consultant, Robert Cieślik. So, statuette, tablet, and check for 15,000 Polish zlotys are being handed over to Robert. happy to welcome everyone. It's a great honor for me to be here in front of all of you. So at the beginning, when I started my adventure with Nature's Sunshine, this rank, and even one rank lower, seemed to me, well, quite far away. Maybe I would get it in 8 years' time or more years' time, something far away. But now I know that you can really fulfill your dreams come true. And I know that all of you who are now watching us via computers, mobiles, cell phones, you know that in the middle of this year or at the end of this year, you can be here with us. And we, together with all the directors who are here present in this conference room, do our best so there are as many of you as possible here. So I'd like to thank all my team who cooperate with me. Thank you all, because I wouldn't achieve that rank without your help, even if I worked with many clients. So it must be a teamwork. So I'd like to thank my sponsor, Lidia Bogusz, the best in the world. Thank you, Yola, Basia, Marek. I'd like to thank you all for your support. Without that, I would not achieve it. So, and I wish you all success. Thank you so much. Director Consultant Robert Cieślik. Now a quotation. The exceptionality of nature's sunshine is such that everyone will find something for himself, herself. Health, power, abundance. It is only up to us which way we would take. We have a choice, and we may make a decision what and when we want to achieve. So she made the decision. Director Consultant in December 2020, Barbara Jurkowska. So, awards, statuette, tablet, and check, 15,000 zlotys. Minute for taking pictures, and now please take the floor. So just 1 minute and I will start. Good evening, everyone. Let me start with the online public, because it is my world. And well, please remember, I will check if you are all logged in, because you were to log in, all of you, and you were to record my speech. So when I get back on Monday, I will check it. No, I mean, I've been kidding, but seriously, it's my 7th conference. The first one was also held here, so I was really impressed by that first conference. And this one is another conference at which I'm unable to hide my positive emotions, because there are with me 2 directors from my beloved structure, Mariola Kowalewska and Darek Ciszek. So I'm really grateful for that. It is you who make me feel joyful and have enthusiasm. And now I'm addressing people behind screens. You are very, very important for me, and you are very well aware of that. That's why I'd like to thank you for each point, and I'd like to thank you very much, as well as the upper sponsors line. So my time's over, and I wish you a great evening. Director Consultant Barbara Jurkowska. Applause. So now let's wait for another round. Well, now the first sentence would reveal who I mean. Someone said about him, LMS children. Faith, first of all, being focused and distance to what he's doing. Director Consultant. And this guy still deals in chlorophyll. Director consultant Dariusz Ciszek. Statuette, tablet, and check for 15,000 zlotys for promotion to director consultant. So please, now the floor is yours. First of all, I'd like to thank for the possibility of fulfilling my dreams of being in this wonderful team from which I really learned a lot. I got knowledge from them and inspiration. So now I remember when 5 years ago I started my adventure with Nature's Sunshine, and at the time Marek Wierbiłowicz was promoted to director consultant, and then I thought, oh wow, and now I'm here, standing here, and I think to myself, wow, but what's so incredible in it that you are still yourself? Because in that company you don't have to pretend anything. What you can do, you do it. You help people restore their health. You may help them fulfill their dreams, because indeed it is possible to fulfill your dreams. You mustn't be afraid of having dreams, and because thanks of work, your work, kind of normal work, but consistent work, you can be promoted, you can have great advancement at a high level. So that's why I'd like to invite everyone, especially the people who are in touch with us via the internet, so that they should join us to the group of people who have dreams and who have courage to fulfill their dreams. And I'd like to thank my team, first of all, Mariola Kowalewska, who this year achieved the status of director. And I'd like also to thank all the people who trusted us and joined the team. And now enthusiastically they learn about the product, they help others to learn about the products, and at this moment they want to be advanced as well. So each and every person is important here. Everyone. The clients, I mean, people who want to improve their health, use the products through people who just get to learn the network marketing, and also through people who learn a lot and achieve success. So I'd like to thank the whole team, the sponsors line, and all of you for creating that great atmosphere. Grzegorz, who really manages the company very well, and he helps us greatly in everyday work, in handling our clients. And from the beginning, I was really very much impressed for his managing of his affairs, and I'd like to really thankful for that I can develop here, can grow, that and that you can enjoy your life and to be happy with what you're doing, and that you want to wake up every morning and work. So thank you very much, Director Consultant Dariusz Ciszek. Thank you. I've almost interrupted you. So how to be promoted to director consultant? Let me quote. Everyone can be promoted if he wants to. Promotions result from the marketing plan. When for the first time she saw the marketing plan, she said to her future sponsor that she would not intend to work like that. Now she's director consultant, and who knows when she would need to be promoted once again. Director consultant Teresa Kaczmarczyk. So a statuette, tablet, and a check for 15 Polish zlotys. That's the award for director consultant. So now, the floor is yours. So I'm very happy to welcome everyone. I'm from Szczecin. My name is Teresa Kaczmarczyk. I have 15,000. I'm asking the director whether he would give me the same number once again, but he said he doesn't have it. So I'd like to thank everyone for the organization of the ceremony. Paulina, our director, my grandson Adrian, and first and foremost, our best team. I mean, it's the best in Poland and in the world. They are really wonderful. They are great. They are fantastic. Everyone wants products and money. I'm very happy with it. They have plans. I'm happy with it too. So, and I'd like, first of all, to thank my two captains. I have two captains, just two, but Marcin, Karol, but my captain, that's Jola, Darek. Thank you very much, Darek, for being here. So when we smoked a cigarette in Paris, otherwise I would not have met you. I'm still a smoker. Well, what to do? So anyhow, I'd like to thank Jola, Theodor, Jarek, Basia, Oleg. I'd like to thank God that there is an MSP, and best greetings to all of you. Director Consultant Teresa Kaczmarczyk. And now we will have one more director consultant, exceptionally from 2021, with energy and positive attitude. They were going forward with children's joy. They are still learning, although they are very high. Director consultants from January 2021, Katarzyna and Aleksander Wierbiłowicz. So, Kasia represents this pair, statuette, tablet, and 15,000 zlotys. So, hello everyone. I am very, very happy that I'm that high. Obviously, I have the best in the world mentors and parents at the same time. They are incredible. You are all incredible. I'm very happy to have met all of you, and you are a great inspiration for me. And I'd like to thank everyone who are listening to me online, and I'd like to thank my group and the people without whom I wouldn't be here. So I'd like you to say clearly, yeah, let's have fun. Let's have fun. Thank you very much. Thanks so much. Kisses to everyone. And I'd like to infect everyone with energy, as always. And I do hope that I will hug everyone tonight. Kiss and kiss? No, I can't. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, we'll have to just touch our knuckles with everyone. Katarzyna Wierbiłowicz, applause. Now it's time we discuss highest statuses today, that is directors' managers. We all agree to one thing. This is really a great success. They are very high. They are just one step from, let's say, from the plateau. However, I've just seen one of the secrets of promotion to director manager. Of course, you can do it on on your own. We have CRD, Basia and Marek, Jolanta and Theodor, directors, managers, and new directors, managers are also duets. This is my conviction that you can do it on your own. Maybe someone would not agree with it, but that's what I claim, and to confirm that, I found one more justification. Please imagine that we in Nature Sunshine would like to, let's say, create director manager. There's no other way. We need director Grzegorz and Adrian manager. Otherwise, it would not be possible. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to create unnecessary suspense as regards directors managers. They are great. So the duet that you would see on stage is still very high, but they still are full of energy. They know perfectly well that they will be successful. Directors managers of Nature Sunshine, Pelagia and Marian Pietkiewicz. Directors managers will get statuette, laptop to work even more efficiently. So please help our directors to pick. There was an invitation to Top Achievers Club. And 30,000 Polish zlotys applause, Pelagia and Marian Pietkiewicz. Pelagia and Marian. I was sponsored by Leader Yada, and now I'd like to thank first of all from the top Marek, Basia, Kasia, Darek for being with us, for creating such system, and I'd like to thank our downlines who have great dreams, because it's only thanks to our dreams and the dreams of our great leaders, even those who just want to take care of their health and clients. It is thanks to them that we can build this business, and as has been already said, we can do it on your own. We do it collectively, so we are here to create our dreams and the dreams of our downlines. Thank you. Well, our secret is very simple. You just meet wonderful people on your way, incredible people, people with dreams, and we just help. We help achieve them what they need. Our knowledge, their work, and success, that's it. Great people. If someone says they have no people, I don't believe that there are no people with ambitions. I still do believe there are lots of people with ambitions. I do believe in upper line. I do believe in the leaders in our team, and I do believe in the new ones who are waiting for the success. And I do believe that the greatest one has not yet signed their applications. We love you, or we believe in you, and we are waiting for you. So, directors, managers, Pelagia and Marian Pietkiewicz. Applause once again. If they were to start from the beginning, undoubtedly, they would again check LMM. And 3 years ago, they said that thanks to LMM, they became free people and they do what they want to. Nothing has changed now, but the status has changed. Directors manager, Danuta and Marek Kasperowscy. statuette, invitation to Top Achievers Club, and 30,000 Polish zlotys.
Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie.
Hello, everyone.
Zarówno tych, którzy nas słuchają i oglądają online.
Those who watch us online, as well as all the people here in this conference room. Ladies and gentlemen, it was not incidental that myself and Marek are just here in such a wonderful place among such great people. I mean, the Nature's Sunshine Company. It is a place where you can meet your dreams, to achieve your objectives, to have broadly understood freedom, to have an ever-increasing group of friends, business people. That's the company where a human being is the most important. Here, someone who does something good for the company is always noticed, appreciated, and rewarded. I always say that network marketing gives freedom, and myself and Marek achieved that. But network marketing is also a sort of collective game, because someone has once said that one man can achieve a lot, but within a group of people, in a team, you achieve the impossible. That's why I love network marketing and Nature's Sunshine. Thank you so much. So my wife has said everything I've just wanted to say. You know, I like kidding. You know it. Yeah, you remember this old Polish movie where there was the horse and the cart, and they were transporting coal. That's what I thought about marketing. So when this coal is brought in the cart, and he's saying, "Okay, I brought coal," and someone says, "Well, you did it. The horse did it." But yeah, that made me refer to network marketing. Well, who invited me to this business? Basia, Marek. Thank you so much. I'd like to really thank you, Basia. That's for you. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank you. You've come. You came in December. And in January, I made a decision, and in February, I became leader assistant. Immediately, there was a kind of a small lie in this story. Then it was not like that. But today, you can become leader consultant within a month. It's a kind of gala, a kind of sports gala, but even more beautiful, because when I was watching gala of our sports leader, Polish sports leader, I would say that our gala looks better. So once again, let me thank Marek and Basia. I guess we were the first people that you thought about. And I'd like to thank the person thanks to whom I became leader assistant, Eva Makuch, because she's a really nice lady full of energy, really incredible, really great, wonderful, a wonderful person. I'd like to thank the directors. As Adrian has already said, without the team, you wouldn't go far. You must first create the team. So I'd like to thank Basia Jurkowska, Ela Garuś, Dara Cisza, and Mariola. You know Mariola, hello. I remember that I was with her once, and she called Gabrysia. You know Gabrysia. She said she had some problems. She should get magnets. So should I eat all these gadgets from my fridge? No, I've been kidding. Now, seriously. So all forecasts say that when our journey in this world ends, we would stand in front of God, and God would ask us two questions. First question, were you happy in your life that has just ended? Were you free? Yeah. And the second question, how many people have become happy thanks to you in that world? Well, it's quite interesting, I would say. What I can say is that I am a happy guy. I live as I want to. Someone said to me that I live like a king together with my wife. Why? Because marketing gives us freedom, not money. Money is important. Someone said that money can't buy you happiness. But I would say to you, no, money gives you happiness, and great happiness. That's why it's worthwhile to be in marketing. And if you recommend this marketing to people who really understand this business, they will become free people, because that's the journey to freedom. Nature sunshine is a way to freedom. And I'd like to thank Paulina and Adrian. They are people who would handle everything. So thank you very much. Directors, managers, Danuta and Marek Kacperowscy. So, my distinguished guests, while we were preparing the scenario for today's ceremony, we wanted to once again show you the names of all directors, but I decided that someone else would do it. Brian Yates.
Dear directors, I'm here recording at the Hughes Center today. As you know, the Hughes Center is where we study and develop our innovative health products, and no one shares those products better than you do. I am very impressed with your achievements. I would like to thank each of you for the tremendous effort you put into the development of Nature Sunshine in Europe. It's amazing how quickly and effectively you have adapted to a completely unpredictable situation with the pandemic. 19 director rank promotions are perfect proof that you are the best specialist in building a business based on the possibilities of Nature Sunshine. Your successes make everyone here look at the development of our company in Poland and Europe with great appreciation. It is also the best possible encouragement to connect your future with network marketing. We are grateful to you for everything you do for Nature Sunshine. Let me remind you once again of our directors, director assistants, Anna and Waldemar Wivkowski, Maria Barkowska, Marcin Sasharusk, Aneta and Andrei Salwin, Kazimierz Sekulukoshes, Urzulula Idariza Samsel, Mariola Kowalewska, Dana Georginaite, and Gaiza Gaiukas Andreas. Director Consultants, Darez Krusiluk and Katarina Naukowska, Lydia Baguz, Bieta and Wojciechowski Iwtakowski, Karl Stimlewski, Robert Silisk, Barbara Jerkowska, Daris Sizek, Teresa Karcha-Marchuk, Karakuna Alexander Sherbilovsik. Director Managers, Pelagia I Marina Pitskivskos, Marek I Danuska Kaskarkowski. Many thanks for your efforts and commitment. I can't wait for us to meet in Poland again. And I know that each and every one of you love to hear me say your name and slaughter your names as we do each and every year. Know that I love you, respect you, and someday I'll be able to say your names correctly. All the best. Love you. See you soon. Congratulations to all of our directors.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a great job indeed. You know to whom you must delegate tasks. Now, let's get back to our quiz. So, now we will have the last two questions. Let's show the questions on the screen. In February 2015, Nature's Sunshine invested millions of dollars in the construction of their own research and innovation center. How is the laboratory called? Our proposal: Sunshine Laboratory, the Hughes Center, Quality and Innovation Center. Now you have 10 seconds start. Sunshine Laboratory, the Hughes Center, or Quality and Innovation Center? Undoubtedly the Hughes Center. Definitely not answer D. D. So now we have the next question. Terence Moorhead, CEO of Nature's Sunshine, started his work in the company in 2018. The slogan that was the company, activities of new CEO was tomorrow starts today, tomorrow never die, tomorrow or later. Now you have 10 seconds. Start. Tomorrow starts today, tomorrow never die, tomorrow or later. The motto of the first CEO. Tomorrow starts today. That's the correct answer. So that's the last question. So before we have the winners from the studio and online winners, well, first we have to make up for someone who's been missing so far. So director now, Marek Wierbiłowicz. I'm very happy to welcome everyone. So today we have a ceremony of the conference is kind of ceremony, but there are also figures mentioned. So let me also refer to the figures that were mentioned at the beginning, Director. It is impressive. 500 leaders. I do remember that it's the 8th time that I'm attending the winter conference. 8 years ago, it all started. So it's been 8 years of ours. So we started 8 years ago as Nature's Sunshine, when we were then at the Marriott Hotel at the first conference. And then I was at the rank of leader. I will admit the fact that we were forgotten then, but there were advances in total for the whole year, much fewer than today directors' promotions. So look, 7 years have passed, and what has happened? Incredible, really, history. But yeah, you must have a vision from 2 million zlotys, Polish zlotys, that was made then by Nature's Sunshine. We grew to 45 million today, over 2,000% throughout these 7 years. If any one of you likes challenges and would like to play with figures, I suggest you add 1,000% to what we have today, and then it would be 500 million, and that would be 100 million euros, about which some of you dream about. Yes, Marcin is just raising. So imagine in 2 years' time, Poland to 100 million. Is it realistic? It is. You say it is. I'm saying that to those who think whether they should start this journey. But that now we are being watched by people who are assistants. Maybe someone has to explain to them who you are. You are a VIP client. You are assistant. Maybe someone made 500 points. He's a consultant today, and he thinks which journey would lead him to the leader. And today it must be kind of overwhelming for him. Everything has been done, 500 leaders in a year. What else can I do? You understand what I mean here? But leader, dear leader, if you think today about it, or you've been just promoted. I like challenges. 500 liters, but a month. A month. And this is the result to be achieved, because how we work, how we climb, and we will learn it, because we Polish people, we Slavic people would learn how to maintain the success. The worst problem is when you achieve something to maintain it. Yes, we must maintain it. We must prove that it's not only the West, and it's not only where this wisdom has been taught from childhood. I mean, this wisdom about capitalism and human relations, we will learn it. I mean, we've already learned it. But because what our presence in the company gives us, it's not that we do promote health prevention, but we also grow. We grow mentally, because remember, if you're not a leader mentally, you won't be a leader. If mentally you're not a director, you won't be a director. If mentally you don't understand it and you won't change, this is the vision of change. But on the other hand, people are afraid of change. They don't like change. But you must live this vision. So I suggest that every one of you would create your vision, the vision of your own transformation. Very often at the training, I talk about from which you should start. First, you must learn what LMM is not, what it doesn't. You may do it, but it won't be really working well. And how many people are listening to us? About 1,000? Well, that's a lot of people. So you talk differently when you see these 1,000 people in the conference room. But of course now we do it otherwise because of the situation. It forced us. But the results are really wonderful, incredible. I'm very proud of you. And the number of all these promotions really is huge. From 19 promotions to 18 in our structure, it's incredible, an incredible year. So what we would do with it, with that balance, Brian called it the foundation. Grzegorz Machowski also mentioned that this is the great foundation, the great cornerstone. And we will also say once again that we will just start, and some are laughing at us that we say that we are just starting. But it is like that. It's true. But if someone says 100 million zlotys, it's okay. How would we have this 100 million euros? It's enough to have 3 countries. Just have a look. For something like that to happen in Poland, 3 countries is enough. And they don't have to be big countries like Germany or England. But I don't have anything against it, of course. Well, I hope it would happen, but 3 countries is enough. 3 office, certification of products. All products, not 5, labels, etc. And this is all ahead of us. So when I've seen today the products in new packaging, I really was very much excited. Look, Terence then spoke, new vision, a new company. Nature's Sunshine 10 years ago. What would the Russians or Ukrainians, Belarusians would have to say? For 20 years, Nature's Sunshine. It's boring. Again, we'll have to achieve the director status, or again, the director in my structure. Look how many promotions there are there after 20 years, not fewer. And they are operating there for 20 years, and we're here for 10 years, and the company for 7. 2014, we started then from the leader's position, leader rank. Then the following year, it was director, then director, consultant, etc. Is it a race? What is important here? Do we have to compete? But I'm happy that because of such promotions that have been announced today, the Nature's Sunshine trip, that is the highest top achievers club. For everyone present here, for everyone who are listening to us, I will tell you the following. Even today, you are the leader consultant. You may fight to go on a trip with us. If you don't understand it, call us, learn more, talk to us. Talk to your director. It is possible. Some people who are listening to us say, what is he talking about? 100,000 points? Yes, yes, it is possible. You must understand it. You can achieve it, but it's difficult, of course, to do it on your own. But it would be an incredible trip, and I think the appropriate budget is prepared for that. We will, of course, do our best so that the budget is not too limited for it. We accept the challenge. The 50% that the director assumed today, but I think it might be better. It might be better. It might be better. It might be more. And in MLM, we always say about momentum. Terence mentioned the momentum. Brian Yates mentioned the momentum. I've been thinking, are we in momentum, or are we past it, or has it gone past us? We've been in it for some time now. Some of you do not notice that, but it is like that. Please believe that. But have a look. Many of you here in this conference room, and many of you before screens of your tablets or computers, and you've been wondering what's going on. I mean, the structure is growing, and I'm not working. My structure is going, and I'm not doing Zoom, and I'm not attending training sessions. But then it's time for reflection, and I get back. And that's why MS Pay is so loud, because it forgives many mistakes, and it forgives the things to which you maybe do not attach importance. And then you look down, and you see how many people I have. And then you have just start to work. You must start working, of course, if you want to. Vision, it's important. I don't know what would happen to collagen. How many collagen packages were sold? 20? Within 6 months, 20,000 a month? Well, it's realistic. Yeah, it's realistic. It is, be careful. This is the product for which nobody has to be specialist. Nobody. You may sponsor people at collagen. So recently we had a new leader for Thai food, just one product. Thai food really jumped in rankings. So yeah, it is possible. You can create it like that. So Nature's Sunshine. We'd like to invite more people to Nature's Sunshine. It was nicely said by one of the directors today that there are future directors. They are not even leaders now, but they are future directors. And it is true, because if we are to grow, yes, so by so much, someone must do it. So let's stick to this vision, to that reality, and I do believe that these positions, directors' positions, achieved by 100 people in Poland, it is really great, and nobody here and before screens doesn't doubt it. And if someone feels really overwhelmed by that, because you are just a leader and the journey seems really very long for you, so I would like to invite you to this, to get on the train. Because some people say it's nice to be a director, but this way the journey is more interesting before you become the director. First, you have to become somebody in order to achieve something, etc., etc. I don't want to say more important wisdoms that I read, and I like a kind of sort of acronym that really is kind of convincing for me. Vision, intention, and methods. And I read it in a nice book, Vision and Intention. We have a vision, but the vision must be more than why, because everyone in MLM must have this why for himself, the vision, and then intention. So there must be an initiative. Intention combined with initiative gives vision, and then the fulfillment of your objectives and films, and the method. Get hooked up to the system. Don't get separated from upline, from sponsors. So you say you just add oil to all these parts of that same machinery. So I said it in Sicily. I'm very happy that today we have the manager and the director, that is director manager and two people, that we have a kind of symbiosis today. And the dream of any MLM companies is this symbiosis and compatibility of the field, that is us, and the office, which does what they should do, what is their duty. So they pay bonuses at time, show products on time, certification of next products, opening of next markets. That it's a symbiosis. So we're creating this team, who is a very good team, not just from distributors. We don't have too much on the other side. If we understand each other well, and it shows that we do, because the success is not only our success, it's our joint work. That is the joint work before office and the achievement of the objective set. I know that in corporation, assuming 100% of increment is risky, because then, well, you won't get a bonus if you don't achieve that goal. But for us, it doesn't matter if we don't do 100, we do 90. But don't be let's fooled by this 50%. Let's achieve 100%. I encourage you to do that. So Marek, thank you very much. Marek Wierbiłowicz. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, now I have the results of our quiz. Let's start with online users. At the beginning, we have positions from 10 to 4, and these people would get collagen as well as shampoo and conditioner of Brema-Niker. So that would be the first persons who will get these products. Number 10 is Ewa Łuczak. Number 9, Maria Normanowska. Number 8, Marek Samsel. Number 7, Jolanta Kłos. Number 6, Paulina Cichocka. Number 5, Zofia Persjanow. Number 4, Iwona Kobyłka. So that was just time that made her achieve this rank. So now number 3, the highest ranks. So number 3 now. So a kit of new products, as well as an invitation to gala of 50 years of Nature Sunshine, Anna Szpuda, number 2. And also a kit of our new products, an invitation to the 50 years of Nature Sunshine, Director Kaszewski. And the best and the fastest among online users was Damian Zbieg. Mr. Damian Zbieg, applause. What do you think? What are your results? Do you all expect to be among the first 3 best? So number 3 now, and the kit of our most recent products. You can say it's a rising star. Dariusz Ciszek, congratulations. Darek, congratulations. Number 2. The same number of correct answers, but faster. Jolanta I Dariusz Jóźwin. And now the winner. And I will not tell why his task was so difficult, but he won. Nevertheless, he gave the biggest number of correct answers in the shortest time while reading questions in Polish. Dajna Jasynajte. Applause for Dajna, the kit of new products and an invitation to Nature Sunshine 50 years anniversary. So thank you very much on behalf of Nature Sunshine. I'm very happy that we are able to invite you here, that we were able to meet in person. To date, I'd like to thank all our guests who are following us on the screens of their computers. So thank you very much for this grateful day. So I am really grateful that I had this honor to be the moderator for this part of the conference, and I'd like to invite you tomorrow at 10 sharp. So we will have specialists on health, aromatherapy, cosmetology, and would be people involved in motivation business. So thank you very much, and come tomorrow. See you tomorrow.